Hi, welcome. I hope you enjoy this game. I did. It's just hot off the press, and I had actually just looked at a Pirc defence with two grandmasters played a few weeks ago. Wasn't as exciting as this Pirc. This is a 5-minute game, so hang around. It's quite feisty and aggressive, and it's sort of like crazy. It's just crazy. So here we go. I'm white. My opponent is 2,100, but this is just crazy. And I've said that before, but this one is really the way to play the Pirc. Apparently, or purportedly, Gary Kasparov said the Pirc isn't very good for top class tournaments, to play for black, because it gives white too much opportunity. But it doesn't stop people still playing the Pirc, of course, because we're not playing high class opposition here. Black isn't playing high class opposition. So this constitutes the Pirc defence for black. Black has a number of ways to go and as well, but I like to play this setup system. I like to play sort of equal to Weegenaar on the king side by placing my bishop on the Weegenaar square g2. And this was popularized in the 1980s by Murray Chandler, Tony Miles and the like. For white, I mean. Okay, so I go h3. I'm trying to remember my moves now. 98, and I just go, well, we're going to meet f5, so I'm going to get f4 and just show feistiness and assertiveness and aggressiveness. And those words can be negative as well, but they can be quite positive. King h2, c6, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? Rook b8. So what move would you play against rook b8? Well, there are a couple of moves that spring to mind. I'm not going to want to put my queen back here because that's going to look really sort of like duh kind of thing. It's going to make my opponent think, oh, I can beat this player properly, easily. b3 is another option. Or just let the rook take the pawn, or this is another option. So which one do you think you would play here? So I'm not saying this is the best move, but what I played is rook b1. Then my opponent takes here, and I take here. I'm not really worried about rook takes b2 here, because I'm going to, if I want, take this and so forth. But I'm not even too worried about it. In fact, if rook b2 here now, let's just try this one out. I would probably go here, and now I can lock the bishop out from getting back to the king side, which is quite important, even though we've lost all the rooks and everything. So I'm not entirely sure about that wee variation, because it's not with my intuition on. My intuition is off, according to Gary Kasparov after the game. That's why quite often post-mortems don't go my way, at least. So here we go. What was played here was knight f5. So black, I found, played very, very assertively. I play c3 now. Now I'm now I'm buckling down on, I'm sort of defending this pawn and taking the bishop sting off this diagonal a little, just a little. So here comes bishop a6. So I go, well, rook f2, and now I lose a little bit of time here. Queen b6, and now I go rook f3, because I realised, and I'm actually thought to myself, in this 5-minute game, I thought, well, I'm overprotecting this square e3 with my rook, bishop and queen, and the queen and the knight are the only aggressors on that square e3. So I'm overprotecting it. I'm not saying this is good. Rook d8. So now black sort of relented on the b file, and so I go knight g5, and then this causes black to play bishop c8 for some reason. Maybe other moves are better. Maybe knight here is better. But I did find this opponent played very, very well. Bishop c8. That came as a bit of a surprise, queen f2. I went, oh no, hope nothing drastic's going on. I was thinking, queen f2. Bishop g2, of course. I'm not going to play anything else. Knight ed6. So this is looking quite crunchy. You know, this move looks very good for black. I just play rook f1. And I say, get out of my camp, main camp, get out of my camp. So yeah, the queen does go out. Now knight e5. Now only after, when I edited this, when I put this ready to put on the net, I saw I'm actually threatening knight g6 here, even though these look quite damaging to me. They might be okay, but they're not. I'm not particularly happy about these. Maybe black can just play bishop e5 and then knight c4. That looks quite good to me. This looks quite good. Yeah, I'm being honest. Now there's a couple of ways to go, but this looks quite good for black. We've got even this move, haven't we? This is quite damaging to white. I think it is. I'm just looking at this here and now. But I'm threatened with knight f1, check, rook f4, and this knight and knight, they just look beautiful for white, for black, not for white. I'd just about have to play something like this, but it's just terrible. So I don't think this is looking very good for me. Maybe I can play this, but I don't really like it. Can I just play this? It's not looking very, it's looking very like the game, crazy. So this looks quite good for black, I think. I think black's doing very well. So that's a bit annoying. So knight e5, bishop e5 looks very good as far as I'm concerned. Even knight e4 looks good. I thought in the game, I thought knight e4 instead of king here. I thought knight e4, but I can't put that on as a variation because it will corrupt the score for the game. Oh no, what was it we were doing here? Here we go. I'll just have to rebuild this game from I will have to look if I've got it in my database first, because that'll be easier. Oh dear, it's not in my database. So I'll just have to rebuild this position. Sorry, please bear with me. Yeah, that's the move, and then we've got g4, king, knight h4, bishop h1, knight e4, queen e1, taking the knight of course, and defending f2, and watching out for all these sorts of things of here, queen e1, g5, now bishop e4 check, d e4, it's not actually too long to the end anyway. Rook g8. Now what would you play here? So you're white, so what would you play here? And sorry about messing up the score yet again, it's because I analysed. Black's threatening here. Maybe I'll just play knight here, bishop here I mean. And then I think bishop e5 looks good. No, I didn't play that, computer. Maybe I played this. I don't have to take worry about this because I can just take with the I can just take this knight with the queen, you see. But then I've got bishop takes e5, which is quite handy for white, for black, for white. I want to say white, but it's actually black. So what would you play here? Now I'm not saying it's the best move in the world, but I played queen b1. And then we have bishop e5. Now don't ask me why. Like Billy Joel says, don't ask me why exactly black chose to play that move. There was probably way better. Knight f3 is no good, not only because of knight takes knight, but also rook f3, and thereby the knight cannot be the rook cannot be captured because it's pinned to the king on h7. So here we go with queen b1, and now my opponent, I believe, went bishop e5. And queen e4, check, why not? It's a check. And if this, then just bishop takes bishop, and it's looking quite healthy for white, in my opinion. That's only my opinion, I'm not sure. So we have queen e4, check, and king g8. So white is met with a very good defense here. Then I play bishop e5, and I quite like my coordination of my pieces, and I quite like what's happening over on the king side, which is looking a little bit empty. So here comes queen b2, I believe. Oh no, c5. Rook f6, rook f6, and here I have maybe I could meet this move here, rook f6, bishop b7. So rook f6, created queen b2, and that puts my knight out of action because I can't move it. Now comes rook g6 check. Now my opponent plays very well, plays king f8. So now what do I do? I could probably play this, and it's probably very good, but it's just an exchange up, and it's still very, very dangerous, this position for white as well. I played bishop g7 check, and here he goes king f7. So now what did I play? A wee cute move, but it's not saying it's great, but it's a wee cute move. Okay, I played c4, which is unleashing the bishop's power on g7 to b2, threat of the queen. So, no, my opponent didn't play queen g7 or knight g6 or something. No, didn't play that, computer. My opponent now played queen a2. So my opponent is sort of like hanging around, hoping for the best, that everything is all right. So what will I play now? So if you saw this move, good on you. It's rook f6 check. So my opponent played not king takes bishop because of queen e7 check, and queen d8 taking the rook, and then there's a checkmate soon thereafter. There might be even cheaper and quicker ones, but I'm not looking at that. So that's no good. So my opponent went king g8. Now just go bishop h6. And here comes the surprise of the game. Bishop g4. And I just took this, and my opponent resigned. That's the end of the session. Sorry about messing up the score again. I don't even know what happened. Here I'm threatening just queen here, or rook here again. And then I've got queen e6. So, pardon me, in this position, if it's my move soon, which it isn't, I do not see much for black to defend against this very nasty threat, even though it's not and there's another one too. So here is a threat. Now let's play a bogus move. Okay, let's play a bogus move. We've got queen e6. Okay, and here we have this move. This move's probably no good, I'm guessing. It looks pretty bad. So king here. Then we have this move, you see. And this is sort of like getting in, like tooth decay into your teeth, or fluoride into your teeth. Now, king takes here is no good because of queen e7 check and queen d8 and checkmating in a few moves. And this is no good because of this here. King takes bishop. Queen here, yeah, no. Queen here check, king here, and rook h8 is checkmate. So that's not a bad game. Thank you very much for viewing your chess channel, or this chess channel. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed.